Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Welcome to another episode of Nerd Alert. You may notice, as I'm sure you all watch it every month, we're in a different location this time, and we can't tell you why, but it's for a very exciting reason that will be revealed when you tune in for the next podcast. But for now, thank you for joining us. We have, as always, my co-host, Dr. John Hoyle,
Hello.
president of ASMS, and some special guests. So if you guys could introduce yourselves and just tell us a tiny bit about your role at ASMS.
Yeah, so I'm Dr. Jessica Alexander. I'm one of the physics teachers here, and I'm actually local. I grew up in Fairhope.
Excellent.
Well, my name is Ryan Teague, and I'm from Madison County, and I'm a student. I'm a senior at ASMS.
My name is Quade Davis. I'm a senior, and I'm from Birmingham in Shelby County.
Great. So you have siblings here, right? That's why right before we started, I had to clarify which one you are.
Yes, so I'm the oldest, but I have two other siblings here, and then I have one sibling at home.
All right,
So
well, keep them coming.
You have the nicest parents. You have the nicest parents, by the way.
I have
They're
some
amazing.
crazy supportive parents, I think.
They're
crazy
great.
Supportive.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
I am also the oldest of four, so
Oh,
I get it.
Yes, they're great, I think.
You were the test case, and it worked out great.
The guinea pig. Well, actually, they sent my brother here with me, so we came here at the same time. So it was like two at a time, and then they were like, okay, maybe we'll send like another one.
Working out great.
I guess so.
So
I'm here, so.
We always start Nerd Alert by asking, what are you nerding out about right now? What is everybody like obsessing about and running around telling everybody else about, Quade?
I can go first. Right now, I'm really into The Sims 2. So I go through phases of The Sims like every 6 months, and when I have a little bit more free time, I just like, you can't take me away from the game. Like, it's bad. It's getting in the way of my homework. Like, I have to focus. It's
Yep.
bad, y'all. The Sims is addicting.
Would you care to comment? I'm just kidding. What about you? What are you nerding out
For
about?
me, right now, it's the X-Men. And I know a lot of people are into like the Wolverine part of the X-Men, but I am obsessed with Eric. Like, that's Magneto. I'm obsessed with him.
Okay.
He is so cool to me. And his backstory, like if you go deep into his backstory, like if you look at the comics and like the 90s series, like it's so like in depth. Yeah,
He's tragic.
He's tragic, but he has like everything that he does has like purpose to it, and I don't know.
You feel sorry for him.
I feel no. I don't just feel sorry for him. I feel like everything that he does is justified. Versus like Professor X, I don't really mess with him for real. He's kind of like, I don't know. He's kind of annoying. But like comparing the two, I prefer Magneto. Yeah.
So are you reading the comics when you say you're...
Yes.
what
So
format does this
I'm
take?
currently reading the comics. I'm getting into the comics, but I watched the 90s series
Okay.
that came out like a while ago, and then I've seen all the movies too. So yeah.
Well, good. Dr. Alexander.
I am also obsessed with a video game right now called Blueprints. I don't know if anybody's heard of that. It's an indie game. So it's like puzzle-based where like you inherit this manor and you're trying to get to the center of the manor, but the rooms shift every single day and you learn clues and they're like safes you have to unlock based on the clues. So like when I finish up here, I'm gonna go home and play it for a while.
Oh, that sounds cool.
I'm totally going to be Googling this game.
Yeah.
This sounds super fun.
It
I
is a
usually
lot of
get a good
fun.
recommendation from it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm nerding out. I hate to be negative. Well, that's probably not true. But I just saw a preview for the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And I'm excited, but the part I'm obsessing about is there's a Jabba the Hutt character. It's not Jabba the Hutt. It's like whatever, his
Yeah.
nephew. It's a relative. But for some reason, he has abs. He's like, in the preview, it's very concerning. He's like fighting, but he's like really built, and I don't know why or how. And I'm not sure I want to. So I'm kind of nerding out about that. But it's negative, but that's where I am.
I want that movie to be so good, but it's just not going to be, is it?
I mean, this ab thing is messed
know.
up. Have
It's
you guys seen
disconcerting.
this?
No,
Google
I
that
haven't
too.
even heard of it, actually.
Google that because I don't. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So for me, I'm going to bring it to Timothy Chalamet. I so did not like his rendition of Willy Wonka.
I
that
agree.
I just haven't forgiven him for that. I can't get past it. And when he made those comments about ballet and opera, in my house, my wife and I have been blasting opera nonstop ever since. So it's La Boheme, a lot of that,
Yeah.
beautiful stuff. And then Puccini is my favorite. So we've been listening to Madame Butterfly, and my wife has been singing along. And I haven't, thank goodness, but I have been nerding out about, of all things, opera.
That's fine. It is. I feel like you have been having an "I told you so" moment with Timothy Chalamet because I know you were like,
I feel
knew
pretty
there was
good
something
about
off
this.
that guy.
Yeah.
And his
And
hair doesn't
then-
look good anymore. I don't know what the connection is, but
Like you said, people don't care about it, and of course, people make fun of ballet and opera. That is an ongoing joke, but people do love that. But is ping pong
I was
that
going to say he
popular?
made ping pong movies.
I love ping pong, by the way. I love
Yeah.
playing ping pong, but it's just not that popular for
Yeah.
him to make that kind of statement.
Yeah.
well, now we are going to have everyone brought, students brought from their dorms, a random object show and tell. So this is a new, we like to try out different fun things every month. So I
Uh-oh.
don't know what's in the bag. I'm going to reach in. Hopefully nothing to juggle. Just saying. We're starting with who brought this?
I
Can you
did.
tell us what this is?
So I love this journal. This is my journal, and every time that I have like a new experience or I do something that I think is really cool, I like to put it in my journal and I paste it in here, and then I like write a little entry about like what happened. Oh, skip page. But like what happened and what I did. And some of them are not actually like glued in here because I haven't glued them in yet.
Uh-huh.
But that's what I like to do with this.
So is this a junk journal?
It's a junk
I've
journal
heard about my
in
daughter
process
does
junk
a lot of
journal.
that.
That's
Hers
really
is
cool.
hugely like big now. It's really cool. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Okay, well I can pretend to be surprised, but this is my item that I brought, so I'm not surprised. This is my
Oh.
vintage Indiana Jones figure.
Yes.
Expected.
Sits in my office,
I love it.
and I realize now that I don't move around that much, his little jacket is deteriorating ever so slightly, but it kind of does look like him, and he talks.
Archaeology is the search for facts. Trust me.
He has more-
I don't know. I'm making this up as I go.
So he's a hero for all time. So anyway, this is my item. All right, you probably want to write about this in your journal.
Right,
And,
exactly.
dear diary, I met a very special person today. Okay, all right. What? Someone just made fun of ping pong, but what is this?
That's my yo-yo.
Okay, tell us about that.
I love yo-yoing and juggling, and so when I get a chance to walk around my office, I do both. I don't think people see me doing these things, but I enjoy juggling and I enjoy yo-yoing.
I
so.
feel like there must be people on the other side of the pool with windows
Maybe.
that maybe have seen you and just have
Maybe
never
so.
said anything.
Maybe
I'll
so.
be on the lookout.
Yes, now we know. And finally, what might this be?
So this basically, we made these at a school event, and it's basically, what are they called again?
The jars, the memory jars.
Yes,
Memory
they're
jars.
basically little trinket jars. So on the top, mine says Quade, and it says 26 senior. So anytime I have like a kind of feeling or whatever, I just open up the little jar, like I'm canning all my feelings, and I just go and read about like good moments or things like that. So when I graduate, like I can kind of come back and look on this and be reminded of all the things I did my senior year, because I feel like it's so easy to forget. Like we do so much at ASMS. Like I don't know, I want to remember it all.
Well,
That's
this-
really cool.
That is really cool. And I can't even, this is not prepared, but can I believe how perfect your segue is to my next question? Thank you, Quade. You guys can put them back in the bag if you want or whatever. So you guys are both seniors. Okay, this was a bad. Got it. And abort. Okay, sorry.
Fall off the stage.
So it's inevitable. Okay, so you guys you're seniors, and so I feel like as you guys are obviously looking at thinking about memories and moving forward, how would you say that you've changed the most since you moved into ASMS? Have you been here for 2 years or 3
No,
years?
we were both in
You're
here
both
for
2 years.
2
Okay, so how have you changed?
Oh. Wow.
wanna go
Hate to
first.
start, but I feel like I have learned to be more positive, and also I feel like I've learned to just be myself and do and be the person that I want to be. Like I feel like before at home I was more into like thinking over like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this, or oh, maybe this isn't something that I need to be interested in doing right now. But then I sit back and I've thought like, this is something that I feel like I've thought about specifically while I was here. Like, there's only one me. Like, there's only one Ryan Teague. And so, one Ryan Teague at ASMS who's from Madison County. And so, like, for me, I would rather no one else is going to be able to do and be the things that I want to do and be. And so I would rather just do and be those things. And I think this school has definitely taught me that.
That's great.
I think personally, ASMS has taught me that you can't do it all. I think that definitely like there's so many classes and things, so many different opportunities, and I feel like it taught me to kind of pick something and stick with it. You know, be yourself. Like you don't have to be, you know, the jack of all trades, master of none. Like I want to be the master of what I want to do. You know, I feel like at your old school it was like a very like set path on like what the like A students did, whereas here you you can do whatever, you know, and there's only so much time. So it really helps you pick the things that matter to you.
So when you think about yourselves in the future, what is one thing that you know in your heart will never change about yourself?
I love to gab. I think I will never want to stop like communicating and talking. Like, I don't know. I think it's so fun. I can't ever find myself stopping. Like, you know how they have the elementary school kids and they just want to talk in class, and the teachers are like, catch a bubble in your mouth. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I just want to talk.
Well,
Well,
know, because
you do a good job in my class.
Oh.
Of not. So,
she said of not talking.
of not
talking. Talking.
No shame. Yeah.
Okay.
Because in yearbooks when I was growing up, at least, everyone always, all girls, probably not boys, always wrote never change. Like, don't ever change, no matter what. You're like, did someone say I should? Like, why are you writing? That was a very popular thing to say. So that's the other thing. What about you? What would you say? Never change.
I would say probably on the same like wavelength as his. I really like to laugh. And I don't know if y'all have heard me around campus, but I have a really crazy, I have a really crazy and loud laugh. And like, I feel like people can hear me and I kind of like it that way. I don't think I would ever try to like tamp down my laugh. I really like to laugh loud.
Well, definitely never change. So we talked about when we were in high school, when I look back at myself from, when I was your age, what would you adults say? Something about yourself that you think is still true from high school?
That's a great question. I think that people back in high school knew that I didn't really hang out with just one group of people. I hung out with as many groups of people as possible, and I never got labeled as a this or a that or the other. And I like that now. Back then, I sort of thought, well, I don't really fit in anywhere, but now I view it as that's just me. I like all sorts of things and all sorts of different people. And I have my whole life never thought that I truly fit in anywhere, but at ASMS, that is the first time where I have thought, yeah, this is great. I fit in here. I love it.
I've heard you say that before, and I think that's interesting because you hear so many students say that. So I've heard you as an adult.
It's
say that,
true.
and I agree totally. Dr. Alexander, what about you?
Yeah, so
What
I think
were
it's
you like
kind of
in high
similar
school?
to the things y'all want to keep the same, which is awesome. And kind of similar to Dr. Hoyle, too. Like when, surprise, surprise, I was in high school, I was a big old nerd, too. And I still feel like I have that same passion for the different things that I love, whether that's movies, games, watching like these TV shows like Star Wars and stuff like that. So that's something that I did then and I still enjoy now too.
For me, I think I kind of dress the same, I'm afraid. I think I'm like exactly the same, and mostly shoes specifically. Like I think I have like the same exact taste in tennis shoes that I'm actually self-conscious about it. Sometimes I think maybe I should grow up in the footwear department. But
Totally the same.
yes, so anyway, so I've not changed much at all. So though no one's going to come out and say that I was like a big jock in high school.
Oh.
That did not
But
happen.
things always come back in fashion. Like when I was in high school, it was the gray New Balances.
Right.
And they're back.
They are
See,
back.
there you
Yeah.
go. Perfect. Let's go with that. So now we're going to go to another segment that we enjoy, which is we've started calling it Dr. Hoyle's Man on the Street, although he's not on the street, I guess. He's on the campus. But anyway, so let's check that out and see who you talked to this week.
Okay. The cafeteria has 8 new flavors of ice cream. I'm excited to try them with an expert on snacks.
I think I'm looking forward to try oatmeal cream pie.
Let's give them a try.
So I got the oatmeal cream pie and the coffee flavor. 2 strange flavors combined, but I think
And sprinkles.
Yes, and I think it might go well. So
I got crazy cookie dough spelled with a K and triple chocolate, which I'm looking forward to that the most. And then I got a wild card, which is this blue stuff called Cookie Monster.
I'm gonna try oatmeal cream pie first.
Does it taste like an oatmeal cream pie?
It does. It tastes like exactly like a cookie. I
Okay.
think it's good.
I should have gotten that.
I like a 9. I think it's one of my favorites here. So
I'm going for triple chocolate, and I'm just realizing I have 3 to your 2, so I seem like I'm a little bit of a hog here. It's good. It's chocolatey. Tastes like Hershey's chocolate a little bit. I'd say it's an 8 out of 10. I like it, but I don't love it. I'm gonna try, since I have 3, the crazy cookie mix, which is yellow with bits of cookie in it. Okay. That's really good. I am not a 12-year-old. I am in my 50s, but that is delicious. And I think I'd be embarrassed to order it somewhere, but in the ASMS cafeteria, I'm getting that every time. That's a 10 out of 10.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, this is the coffee one. Yeah. I like coffee. I like caffeine, so I think an 8. I like the oatmeal better.
Last one for me. I'm gonna go for this Cookie Monster. I've heard that this can leave your mouth blue for hours, so it doesn't look great, but 7 out of 10. It's okay. It's not as terrible as I thought it would be, but I will go back to this crazy cookie dough and have more of it.
So now, believe it or not, time flies when you're having fun. We've almost come to the end of the podcast. I'm on my 4th card. It is time for the Nerd Alert Triple Threat, as we call it. So we ask everybody the same questions every month. It's very interesting, for me anyway. Who is your favorite hero of fiction? Let's start with Dr. Alexander this time.
So I would say it's kind of a tie between
good.
like, Captain America and Spider-Man. I love both of them and what they stand for. Whether that's Spider-Man like thinking about his neighborhood and making sure all those little problems are solved, or Captain America trying to stand up for the small guy but on a bigger stage. So those are kind of my favorite heroes.
All right, good answer.
I'm gonna go back to my X-Men, and I'm gonna pick Eric Lyncher again. And just because, he seems like he's evil, but I feel like deep down, like, he's standing up for, like, the smaller person or the person that people don't necessarily look at and think this is who I want to be around. And I personally resonate with that a lot, so.
This is lame, but
Oh, good. Great.
the protagonist from Fahrenheit 451, I don't know.
That's a good answer. That's not lame. That's a
that's
good,
a good
literate,
answer.
library
Yeah.
answer.
I mean, I like the X-Men, I like the TV shows,
Oh,
but
you're kissing up, and I love it. It's great.
but I think it, was really meaningful, like reading that book and seeing like, didn't in the end basically he, the world blew up basically, right? And he carried the knowledge on.
Yes, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
And he kind of carried on like introducing other people to becoming like intellectuals after like reading books were banned and things like that. And I think we can kind of be like him, especially like in spaces where just like speaking up and things like that, and introducing people to like new topics that they hadn't thought of before, and like critical thinking skills, things like that. So
Is that why you became a library work service student? Because
duh.
yes, that's really pretty much our mission. Well, mine is not Jabba the Hutt's hot nephew or whoever that is. He's not my favorite hero of fiction. Okay, so now,
Not yet.
who is not yet? I guess he could.
Not yet.
I don't know why he has the abs. Maybe there's a great reason. I don't know. So, who do you guys think, this is very semi-contentious, is the biggest adult nerd on campus?
Oh.
There's only one answer.
I don't think so. I think there are multiple answers here.
Okay, go ahead.
And we have some dark horses too, I think.
Dr.
I
Alexander.
mean, Dr. Fry's the one who comes to my mind.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's the correct answer. Do you guys have the correct answer? Oh, I have to I'm just kidding. We've been keeping tally so
This
far.
is building. We're building
Dr.
toward a
Fry,
finale.
we do this every time. Dr. Fry has 5 votes, and then we have another candidate that has 1 vote, but I don't want to sway you.
Okay, I'm gonna vote Mr. Dolbear.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was mine.
Mr. Dolbear.
Thank you.
Yes.
That was the other one that came to my mind.
Yes.
The Fantastic Four. Have you ever been in his office?
Yes, bro. Okay. And then also he's so like into trivia and everything. Like he knows a lot too about everything.
We have discussed this, and that is not wrong. So, okay, we have the same votes for the same people we always hear from, either Dr. Fry or Mr. Dolbear. Who are you going to vote for?
I'm saying Mr. Dolbear.
You're saying Mr.
definitely.
Dolbear.
I've spent many hours in his office during AP chemistry, and I just observed, and it was like, wow, you're a nerd.
I'm not saying he's not a nerd. I'm just saying.
I knew
think
these
it's
two
Dr.
guests
Fry.
would come through for us.
This is a setup. This is a.
We had no talks about this before, did we?
Quade has clearly
Good.
been. He
Oh,
was-
well.
I have not been indoctrinated into this conversation.
Well, so our hot take, we always have a hot take from Dr. Hoyle. Raisins frequently are invoked, but this time, this is sort of for the heart and soul of Nerd Alert itself, this hot take. That's how hot this take is. Go.
What is a nerd? So in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, a nerd was definitely something you did not want to be called. It was totally an insult. You can go do your research about this. Now, during the 80s, it was still an insult, but things started to shift. Paradigm shift going on. 90s, it continued, and up through now, it swung. And being called a nerd is not an insult. And so I think we need to define what a nerd is. And my hot take is that since nerds have taken over the world and gotten what they wanted through Marvel movies and comic books and video games being so popular, I would argue that you are not a nerd if that's all you like now. And I would argue that we have to blend the old and the new, and it has to sort of be something that puts you on the outskirts of society in an unpopular way. You have to like something unpopular, and that should define you as a nerd.
So
It shouldn't be just passion for something, because we have a word for that. It's called passion. If I'm passionate about, let's say, X-Men, it's wonderful that you have that passion, but guess what? Millions of people across the galaxy share that passion, and it's not as unique as it was in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I know this is a hot take now.
He's saying.
But at a
up,
nerd
down.
school, I think we should be able to talk through these sorts of hot button issues.
Yeah, so as you were kind of thinking, like, what's the definition of nerd? I was thinking, somebody who's passionate about something, and you bring up, okay, well, we have a word for it, passion, but what one word would you call somebody then instead of, like, a nerd?
It's a good question, and it strikes to the heart of the debate. I see where you're aiming here.
We're
but
gonna
I
rename
think
the
I'm
podcast.
I'm going to counter your argument by saying, historically,
That's true, yes.
a nerd was defined as somebody on the outskirts of society who liked things unpopular. And Marvel is popular. X-Men, popular. Star Wars, I don't know. Some of the Star Wars fans now are quite a thing.
It's over, but yeah.
And especially with video games. So in the 70s and 80s, if you loved video games, you were definitely a video game nerd, and you were on the outskirts, and you got made fun of that. But nowadays, it's sort of a normal thing. And so it's, in modern society, it's popular. You're a part of pop culture now. You're maybe not a nerd.
So has maybe the connotation of nerd changed?
Yes.
Like where it used to be a bad thing, and now it's
Well,
a good thing?
I think what he's saying is what we think of as nerdy is actually mainstream. So something else has to be nerdy instead.
And I'm only trying to be difficult here.
This is
I
like a
great question,
I
but
totally understand that nerd has shifted what it means, and I think it's better now. I think if
Yeah.
someone calls you nerdy or a nerd, it's great. But back then, for example, when my dad took me to see a Star Trek movie in the 80s, I remember very well thinking, oh, I don't want my friends to really know I went to this Star Trek movie. And now I'd be like, I'm going to see Star Trek. I love it.
Kids, what do you think?
I would have to say that in my mind, a nerd is like a bookworm. I feel like what is being discussed is a geek. Like,
Okay.
I think
Okay.
geek
I wish you
is
guys
for,
could see our producers. They're
I think a
Floyd is on
geek
the
is
edges.
for the strange weirdos.
What about a dweeb? What's a dweeb then?
A dweeb is just, scrawny, weird.
I don't want to be around. Like, okay.
So dweeb is still negatively.
Dweeb is
thought.
100% negative.
Okay.
But
But so was nerd. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I know this is good. This is
50s,
good.
60s,
Let him
70s.
keep
It was.
no, keep going.
I feel like a nerd is like I'm a nerd because I'm deep in my studies. I think nerd is like passionate, but it's passionate about things that are like intellectual, like things that have deeper meaning. Like I feel like you can be a nerd because you love books or whatever, and you're like, a literature nerd. You're at like Barnes and Noble, just like going through all the books. Like you're a nerd, but like nerd isn't bad. It just is like I feel like a nerd to me still is just like I'm a nerd because I just I'm on all these science classes and study and that's
So could
okay.
you be a sports nerd then? Could
No,
you
'cause
be
you have
a,
to read books to be nerdy.
Could you be a car nerd?
Okay. Yes, please. We would like to hear.
Okay, I agree with the idea that like the word nerd has taken a different kind of connotation. But what I will say is that when I think of like a nerd, I think of somebody who's like beyond passionate. Like you can just be passionate about something, but then you can be beyond passionate about something. So if I'm into Marvel, that doesn't necessarily make me a nerd. But if I am a Marvel older comics collector, if I know when each edition came out, then at that point I become a nerd about Marvel.
You're
So
going
you
to want to
can't
switch teams, by the way, and you're going to want to take on Dr. Fry then, because this is his same
No,
answer.
Well, yes. Okay, so
It's going
but
to be amazing.
This is
I
going to be
think-
great.
I think you can be like a sports nerd if you know, like my brother is a sports nerd. Okay, he knows when each and every like NFL Super Bowl was, and he knows who won, and he knows like the main quarterbacks and all this and that. I think that makes you a nerd if you know
So,
all the information about it and you're overly
It's in-depth
passionate.
knowledge, like
In-depth
being able to
knowledge.
have
So
like
these
a
are kind of
pedantic
like
conversation.
different like questions, really. Like, is it negative anymore? Is it cool to be a nerd now? I think we could go on forever, but we're actually out of time. I would love to hear from our listeners in the comments because this is just getting started, this argument. We're going to have our two leading nerds on campus come in for our final podcast, and we are going to have the final boss battle between them, and we have a lot to get into. But young people, if you're our guests, I usually ask them to, if you could look out at our audience and ask them to like and subscribe.
Okay.
Like
Please like and
and
subscribe.
subscribe.
All right, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for listening.